Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm just going to do a review of the round of AFL that we just had, round 6. But before I jump into that, I just want to remind all of my subscribers that I am still doing the gaming content. This is just another aspect of my life that I'd like on my YouTube channel. So you can just, if you're not interested in this, just ignore the video and move on and wait for some Craft the World to come along and anything else that might interest you. I don't feel like making another channel to do this kind of thing because it's just me. Like, I don't need another channel. Whatever I put up here is what I put up here. But anyway, having said that, let's move on and let's have a look at the round that was. So, starting off on Thursday, we had the St Kilda Saints versus the Western Bulldogs, and the Western Bulldogs flogged St Kilda. We got that tip right. I knew the Bulldogs would come out swinging, and St Kilda were not prepared for it. And the damage was mostly done in the first quarter. It just got worse from there. So, I want to look at the player stats. Just go over. So fantasy points, if you're into that, you know, Bailey Dale, he ranked 160. That's really high. Like 125 is a good game. As you can see, a lot of these players had pretty good games. Bontempelli was down, but he has been down the last couple of weeks because he's been playing so well, and you're bound to have an off week, you know. And Bailey Dale was amazing. Treloar was amazing. I'll get into that reason why. Goals, Aaron Norton kicked 6, memory kicked 3, but they were all in like the last portion of the game, so whatever, they're consolation goals. Behinds don't matter. Disposals, Bailey Dale up there. Treloar, C31. Johannesson, 30. I didn't know he got 31, but yeah. Yep. Marks, Bailey Dale. That would have been a lot of interceptor marks as well. Johannesson as well. Actually, he's a forward now, isn't he? Yeah. That's strange. He has 12 marks. Tackles, Garcia doing well. Treloar stepping up, 7 tackles. Hitouts, who won the ruck contest? Well, you'd have to say that Bulldogs won this because they have 3. They used 3 ruckmen. So, yeah, remember he did a couple, but look, they just dominated. It was an equal 1-1, but then when you add in these ones, Sam Darcy and Rory Lobb, they easily won. And the clearances, well, see, Bontempelli's been leading this, and Treloar did an excellent job with 9. And that's just how they eat them up in the end. Bontempelli's all the way down here. He's only got 3. So meters gained, Bailey Dale. That's huge. That's actually quite high too as well for Bradley Hill. Goal assists, not very high for very many players. There must be a long list there. No, not a very long list. Okay, so that was the Bulldogs, and they played really well. St Kilda didn't show up, which is odd. I don't know why they didn't. You know, it's very strange that they didn't show up for the game. But moving on to the next game was Adelaide versus Essendon. Now, I tipped Adelaide. I thought their scoring power would be too strong, but apparently they lost this in the midfield, and there was a decision on the siren. Everyone's heard about it. You know, here it is right here. He dives on the ball. AFL concedes umpiring error made in Draper non-call. Yeah, okay. So, and there's a dangerous tackle as well. I should have looked at the news for the... Was there any news? Oh, that's right. Butler suffered a hamstring strain, so he might be out for a while. Even though he was the sub there, he was there. He's got ice on his hamstring. Actually, that's a little low for his hamstring. But okay, must be a real low one. But yeah, that's not us. Line says, yeah. Anyway, so back to the Adelaide Essendon game. So we'll have a look at the player stats, fantasy points. Dawson, well, I watched the game. I don't know about this. This is really high. Jai Caldwell, Martin, Merritt. These are also very low. I mean, it was very topsy-turvy there for a while. Like Essendon, like you look at their scoring, and they scored a lot of behinds, but a lot of that was forced. You know, sometimes that can be a misleading factor. And then you look at the goals, and not many people really. Why is my scroll button not working? Oh, it doesn't work while I'm in the list. Okay. So a lot of goal kickers, lots of goal kickers. Behinds, it doesn't matter. Jake Saligo, Dawson got 31. Merritt, he's playing it. He's having a hell of a year. Collingwood be afraid this Thursday. But I don't have my Collingwood hat on, so yeah, he's in really good form. Nick Martin was really good. Kicks, Martin kicking it a lot of the time. Dawson's a great kick. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like 80-90% to an opponent accuracy. Like he always kicks it to someone. But I did notice that there was a lot of ground balls, like dribbling it along the ground kicks that night. Rory Laird, most handballs. Nankervis, most marks. Yeah, I was so confused when they kept saying Nankervis. I'm like, didn't he play for Richmond? But, yeah. Okay. Tackles. Fuck, that's a high tackle count. Jai Caldwell. Yeah, he should be. Yeah, 117. Yeah, that's a good game. Actually, there's actually a couple of Sam Durham, Jordan Dawson. There he is again. Yeah, hitouts. So they went with the one ruckman with the forward setup, and it looks like they lost. I mean, some would say this is even, but it's not, because Draper can go forward, Goldstein can go forward, Goldstein can go back, Draper can go back. Whereas O'Brien, he's not the most athletic. So he's just winning the hitouts, and then where is he really? He's a down the line, kick it to me type player. He doesn't really defend or attack like a modern ruckman. So that stat is inflated, and it doesn't really mean as much, which is probably why Essendon scored as many shots on goal as they did. Clearances, Jake Saligo doing what he does. Zach Merritt, obvious, yeah. He's getting better. His inside game's getting really good. Jade Gresham, Jai Caldwell again, really doing. Isaac Rankin, 5. He was brilliant the week before, but only 5 this week. But that's still pretty good. Meters gained. Oh fuck, there's a lot of numbers here. See, this game was back and forward. Look at these. These are all huge. Jordan Dawson, no wonder he got rated so high. 700. That's huge. Goal assists. Taylor Walker, he usually gets more than this. He's usually a 3 or 4 per game on average. Josh Rochelle was poor in the final quarter. He could have taken 2 marks, and he was easy marks, and he just didn't do that well. So, you know, Essendon deserved to win that game. Adelaide, yeah, I know, free kick on the siren, so that should have given them the game, but it doesn't matter. The entirety of the game, when you look at it, Essendon played better. Dawson was amazing, but he was probably the only standout. Rankin was okay. Walker needed to lift. There's a couple of examples. Be interesting to see how they go in the future, because I don't see much of what they did changing. Essendon looking very good after a very disappointing Port Adelaide game at the same venue. So get back to the list, and then the Collingwood Port game. I can say I could talk all day about this game, but yeah, Collingwood's second quarter it reminded me of last year. I was so happy. That's how you play. That is how you play. And fantasy points, yeah, they're not going to rate. Where Elliott should be like 150. He was absolutely phenomenal. This stat right here, it is garbage compared to how he actually played. He was absolutely brutal. Degoe, I saw really early that he was playing a good game, and that doesn't show it. But yeah, Lipinski amazingly got on the end of. But then again, it was a small forward day. Big forwards weren't really. Yeah, there were a couple of big forward moments, but Mychek stood up. But yeah, it was a crumbing game, and that's how Collingwood like it. Still sideboard. Disposals. Zach Dacos got his 30 as usual. Yeah, Degoe got 27, which is good. Like the amazing three. So Zach Buttle's got 31. Jason Horne-Francis got 24. And where is the captain? Rosie got 20. He got 20. Kicks, handballs, marks. These 9 marks are very underrated. They were 9 of the best marks you'll ever see, ever, from a game in one game. They were just brilliant. Tackles. Tom Mitchell was amazing in the middle. I wouldn't be surprised if his clearances are up there as well. Hitouts. Darcy Cameron. I wouldn't say Collingwood won this. No, they didn't. But their clearances. Nick Dacos, great. Yeah, there's Tom Mitchell, and Cameron. See, this is the difference between some of the ruckmen. Darcy Cameron actually clears his own ball, whereas Cox doesn't. Hitouts. Where's Cox? Mason Cox 7. See, Cox is a stand-in ruckman. He's not the best, but he's good enough. He'll do. He'll do, mate. He'll stop the other ruckman from having an effect. He's a shutdown ruckman. Whereas Darcy Cameron, look at this. He can clear his own ball. 7 clearances. It reminds me of Brodie Grundy in his prime. He'll be that way soon. Meters gained. Well, this is another very back and forward game. Nick Dacos, Houston. Zach Butters actually got up there. I didn't realise that. He was off the chain a little bit, but Jason Horne-Francis and goal assists. Bobby Hill, just selfless. That 4 of the best assists you'll ever see. Very, very selfless player. So let's go back. Carlton Giants game. So Carlton won this game. The Giants, they were very professional in the way. They were very gallant in defeat. I mean, 15-8. It just shows how strong they are. The problem that comes from this game, and I'll talk to it. I'll talk about it now. Is I'm pretty sure, after watching all my AFL videos and all that, is that Hogan is going to get a week suspension for punching. I can't remember his name, but he punched it. He literally punched him. And Toby Green has a really bad record, so he's not going to win in court against what he did. So he'll probably get a week as well. They'll probably downgrade it. They'll probably be like, well, you've had a bad history, so we can't really give you the benefit of the doubt. You're a dirty player. It's unfortunately that's how he is seen in the AFL. You can change yourself, but you can't change the way that everyone sees you. So and that's just unfortunately how it is. And the Giants, without those 2 players, they're gonna. I'll have to keep that in consideration next week when I tip against them. So if we have a look at the fantasy points, not very high. Cripps was dominant. When he started going, Tom DeConing got involved, Sam Walsh got involved, Matthew Kennedy got involved, Newman, like the list goes on. The forwards got involved. What's his name? Kerner? Should know all these names off by heart, but I don't. Kerner got involved, up forward, Mackay. It was an avalanche of just Patrick Cripps's hardball get. Look at these clearances. 13, I knew it'd be high. It was just unbelievable. And Pitnet winning his own clearances. Like I said earlier about Cameron for Collingwood. If a ruckman can clear his own ball, tap it down, because rucks no longer come in and smash and the ball goes that way or that way. It's very, like orchestrated and like very nuanced about how the ball comes out, and that means that the ruckmen have more of a say on ground level on how the ball is going to get out, not from the tap, which is this stat here, the hit outs, which Pitnet actually did pretty good. Tom DeConing, who's still young, he's learning, but that 16 is pretty good. So they just overwhelmed them in the end. I'm realising I'm taking too long to get through all this, so I'll just look at disposals real quick. Cripps 39, Walsh 35. No wonder they won. They were just all over him. They just touched the ball. Tom Green did pretty well, but yeah. Meters gained, they're all pretty average, but high enough that it was good to watch. Sam Walsh, his kicking inside 50 is just damaging. So I'd watch out for Carlton. Giants, I don't expect them to win next week. Browns out of form, without Hogan, no Tom Green. No, Tommy Green, I don't think he kicked a goal, did he? Riccardi kicked it. I can't remember. Tom Green, yeah. Wrong Green. I'm thinking of the wrong. Toby Green, that's it, yeah. So I don't think they'll win next week. Next game, this was a terrible game to watch. Oh god, this was god awful. I sometimes you can watch, like, the Cats won, and that 13 really doesn't matter. 13 behinds, that doesn't matter. In wet weather footy, that shit happens. You kick it close towards goal and it just gets knocked over. It's like, well, it's safer. It's all about taking 50 metres, kicking it as far as you can, and that's all it is, and getting close to goal and trying to be perfect. It's not going to work. Not in wet weather footy. It was pissing down. Like, I live up here, and this is where that game was, and it was pissing down. Like, oh god, it was crap. And let's have the fantasy points. I mean, Barry was pretty good. I didn't notice Zorko have such a good game, but let me see his kicks. He's kicking. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, his kicks inside forward 50 were okay, but other than that, it was all off the half back and then the half forward line for Geelong to control the ball coming out of half back and then to kick it as long as you possibly fucking could, whether you run it and then kick it or just kick it, and then hope that your forwards like Ryan Myers and Stengel can get on the end of it and actually kick goals. That's the objective in wet weather footy, and Brisbane just didn't adapt to that. They just didn't know how. So, like, yeah, Zorko kicked 2 goals. No wonder his rating's so high. Disposals, Tom Berry. Neil did what he usually does. So there's a lot of Brisbane players here getting nonsense. This is all nonsense. They didn't go forward. They were passing it around, trying to play dry weather footy. It's pissing down with rain. Your skin is freezing. It stings when you fucking touch the ball. That's how cold it is. So, like, you shouldn't be trying to play cute. You should be kick the ball, kick it. Like, look, you'll see most of these are Geelong players. You know, like, fucking, look at the metres gained. Top 2 players off the half-back line are Geelong players. I know these, you know, yeah, these are here, but a lot of these are actually midfielders and forwards. So they've just gone as far as they can forward, and then the balls just get knocked over the line, and you get it behind. So that's where all this stat here comes from. And then look, you got all Geelong again. Like, I don't know. So who won the ruck? The ruck contest was another thing. Oscar McInerney, he went out in the first quarter. He got a real bad knock right here, and he got a black eye, and this area started bruising up, and it looked really bad. So they had to use Joe Danaher, and I saw him. He was struggling to get around the ground, so they used like players like Payne and Dunkley to do the rest of it, and it just wasn't working. So they just used whoever they could, whoever was closest, and that just wasn't really like. Look at this. These tackle numbers should be higher for Brisbane. They're not. Like Tanner Bruin, Parfitt, O'Connor, Dangerfield. Dangerfield didn't really have the best game, but you know, he's the captain. You just got to lead by example. Tackle hard. Clearances, Parfitt did brilliant. Neil does what he usually does. Bruin, McLaren, you know, like Brisbane were winning their own ball, but then they'd handball it. Like, let's have a look at these handballs. That's right. I think I've already gone over that. Fucking I just went over that. Right. So it was shit. Brisbane was shit. They don't know how to play wet weather footy, so I still don't know where they are. But then again, to win everything, to win at the end of the day, you need to know how to play every weather. And unfortunately, Brisbane don't know how. They don't know how to play in the wet weather. It was crap. It was the worst game I've seen this year. This was a surprise. I tipped the Eagles. I tipped the Dockers, sorry, as you'll see in my video last week. And the Eagles were they're inspired at the moment. Like, I reckon Harley Reid will be top player here. I don't know, he's not. Okay, so actually these are all really low scores. So Tim Kelly, yeah, he's finding some form. Waterman, Duggan, Yo. There he is, Harley Reid. Yeah, I thought he was in there somewhere. Goals. Waterman kicked 5. Harley Reid kicked 3. So he's becoming an attacking midfielder, which is great to see. Disposals, Sarong, yeah, that's what Sarong does. That's what Brayshaw does. Elliot Yos, 26. Nat 5, 26, amazingly. Yeah, Tim Kelly got 24. Kicks, handballs, marks. Yeah, so Alex Pearce doing what he does in defence. Tom Barras as well, good defending. But Jeremy McGovern, you know, that he's always done that. Tackles, Tim Kelly, he just led by example, didn't he? Jamie Cripps, Hunt, you know, he's finally finding his strut. Sean Darcy, you know, he's a good ruckman, and he shouldn't be doing the workhorse though. Jackson is a better ruckman on his own. Ever since Sean Darcy came back, Fremantle have lost. So I don't know. I think put Luke Darcy in there, Luke Jackson in there more, because it's just not working. Like, look at the clearances. Nat 5, 13. Fuck, that's high. Look, Harley Reid, Elliot Yo, there's Tim Kelly, and look, most of these are fucking West Coast players. Meters gained, Tim Kelly, but yeah, he's highest, yeah. Goal assists, yeah. So, Eagles, you know, they're inspired. A lot of their old timers are starting to hit form. Tim Kelly, he's not an old timer, but they recruited him because they thought they were ready to go again. They were wrong. It looks like something's changing. Something gears are turning. They could upset anyone this year. You know, they're not going to win the flag, but who can they beat? You know, you don't know. So, yeah, that'll be a watch. Fremantle, disappointing. Really disappointing. Okay, so we got... This game was a disappointment. I tipped the Suns. I gave them a chance. I thought they would play a lot better than they did. Like the third quarter, Sydney kicked something like 8 goals or something, just blew them away, and 57 points flattered the Suns. They were like, I don't know, 28 points at halftime. That's, you know, that's shocking. Fantasy point. Grundy was amazing. Heaney doing what he does. It's really hard to tell these jumpers apart. They're all fucking top red. Fucking hell. I can see the yellow bit here. Yeah. Goals. Amati. I don't know if he got subbed off this time. I think there's a running bet whether or not he gets subbed off because he's been subbed off so much. Papley, apparently he was really inspired. I didn't watch this game, but apparently he was inspiring in that third quarter. I think he kicked all 3 of those goals in the third quarter, so wouldn't be surprised if that's... So disposals, Flanders, yeah. But then you just see Sydney. Look at Sydney using the ball, dominant around the ball. 25, 26, 30, yeah. And Marks, Lukosius, he's stepping up as a defender. He's getting better. But unfortunately, look at that. You can't stop that. That's fucked. That's not Lukosius' fault. It's the midfield group's fault. Like, what the fuck are they doing? They have some talent in the midfield, Gold Coast, and they get flogged like that against a team that's got like 3 or 4 of their best midfielders out. Like, that shouldn't be happening. Like, that scoreline right there shows that they gave up. They just didn't try hard enough. Look at their tackles. Matt Rao, yeah, he's a good tackler. But then, you know, you got, like, Grundy, fucking hell. 11 tackles by Grundy, fuck. Rowbottom, yeah. Wits, yeah, that's good for a ruckman, fuck. Yeah, like Brody Grundy, fuck, 11 though. So it was very tight. Must have been very tight. And then Sydney get them out with the handballs. With the handballs higher than the kicks. No. But they're, yeah, mostly Sydney. Yeah. Clearances. Hit outs. So who won the battle? Yeah, well, Grundy did well. Wits did a little better, but then the clearances. Yeah, see, like, Gold Coast should have done so much better here. They had the hit out advantage. They had the clearance advantage. Where's... Oh, look at all these, though. Look, these make up for it. There's 3 players in the top 10 for Gold Coast. So the rest of these Sydney players just dominated. Meters gained. Nick Blakey, he does that. He's off the half-back flank. You get a lot of meters, but it's people like Isaac Heaney in the middle of the field. You know, he's a forward as well. Goal assist. Errol Goulden 4. That's good. But yeah, no, this was disappointing from the Suns. I wouldn't think much of this. Like, yeah. I said it last week. Sydney are in that in-between phase at the moment. They don't know who's their best team, and that can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. You change too much, you lose. You change too little, you know. It's difficult. So I wouldn't think too much of this. Good on Sydney, but you know, the Suns are just unpredictable. You don't know where they're coming or going, if they're going to win or if they're going to lose. It's like they flip a coin before they arrive at the game. I watched this game. It was actually pretty entertaining from the Hawks. They were pretty good to watch. North Melbourne, on the other hand, what a shit show. I don't even want to have a look at the stats. They were crap. Yeah, I mean, mostly like, look at these scores from Hawthorn. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Dylan Moore kicked 4. I mean, yeah, it's Jack Ginnivan coming in. Yeah, good on him. Chol did really well. He kicked a long goal. Disposals, Newcomb 2, Nash 32. So a lot of disposals between the kicks. A lot of kicks from Hawthorn. A lot of handballs from a lot. Their midfield likes to handball at Hawthorn, but you can see that North Melbourne, they shouldn't have been handballing this much. They should have been kicking it. Marks. So which defender did better? Yeah. Jack Gunston did. Yeah, he likes to go back, which is, it's an odd thing, but he does go back from time to time. Tackles is Tristan. Yeah, not a very tackle heavy game, but yeah, hit outs. Oh, so that's who Tristan Yarry is. Okay, so he's the ruckman, 44. So let's have a look at the clearances, and you can see, well, he got 10 of his own clearances. A ruckman with 10 clearances and 44 hit outs. No wonder he scored so high. But I mean, yeah, this is somewhere where you just don't beat Hawthorn. Like, look, you scroll down the list, and it's mostly Hawthorn. Like, there is this patch here, which is all North Melbourne, but I mean, 10, 9, and then you go down here, and it's 3, 3, 2. It's mostly Hawthorn who are winning that battle around the ground. Meters gained. Impey, Jarman Impey, yeah. Zuniac, Sicily's up there, but that's usually Sicily's usually higher than that. But yeah, and then you get goal assist. Yeah. Okay, so that was the week that was. That's what I thought about the matches. Don't worry, other content will follow. We'll be doing my tips. They'll be early this week. They'll be on Tuesday night instead of Wednesday, because there's a game on Wednesday. I'll try and get that video out as early as possible. It's hard to tell who's going to win because you don't get the team picks as early as you do, and it is Anzac Day, so we'll be definitely, and I'm definitely watching that Thursday game, Collingwood versus Essendon. But yeah, we'll talk about those games in the next video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. Be good to your mother, and I'll see you next time. Peace.